Greetings, my name is Kerry and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my November TBR. I'm just going to quickly apologise for the bad lighting today. I'm literally just filming this video because I have an essay to finish, so I'm not doing loads of filming today, so I couldn't be bothered to set up my proper lights or anything, so we've just got the light in my room which is a bit glary, but never mind. We're just gonna go with it because needs must sometimes. It's the 1st of November today, on the day of filming. Hopefully this will be up this week, you'll get to see this. I've got an essay due tomorrow, so unfortunately that has affected my reading a little bit this month. In the process of adjusting to my workload at uni, I realised that I've been setting unrealistic expectations for myself, really. So I finished 4 of my Cluedo books last month. I finished these 4. You will notice that 3 of the 4 that I finished were very short. I'm halfway through The Map of Salt and Stars. I was hoping to finish this week, but essay writing has just taken over, and then I didn't manage to start these 2, which are longer. So I will try and fit these into my TBR this month if I can. Ruth, this is the 2nd month I've not managed to get to it. It looks small, but it's actually pretty long. But I will be doing my best to try and fit these onto my TBR again. I've now retrieved all the Cluedo cards as well, so I'm gonna pick from the full set of cards. While I did manage to finish more books this month, quite a few of the ones I finished were for uni, so I've decided that for the next couple of months, for the rest of this term, just because I've got quite a lot of lectures, quite a lot of essays, I'm going to cut down my picks to drawing 4 cards just for the time being, and then hopefully in the new year, when I'm settled in a bit more and everything is maybe a little bit calmed down, I've got slightly less lectures next term, I might be able to go back up to 5. But because I didn't finish all my books last month, I am going to have I was going to say punishment card, that's not the right word, my mystery card anyway, my forfeit card, that's the word, my forfeit card. So I will be picking 5 books for this month. Hopefully I will manage to get through them all. So I'm going to have this card and then draw 4 more cards just to try and take pressure off myself a little bit. So without further ado and talking, let's get on with the picks. So starting with the mystery card, which is the library. So library is a borrowed book. Originally it was going to be a library book, but with the library shutting again, when I've only just managed to register with my new library, this is also going to include borrowed books. So actually I know straight away which one I want to read for this. Managed to spend a few days start of last week at home. I spent some time with my parents. I also saw one of my friends and she's lent me Scythe by Neil Shusterman, which I've heard a lot about. Mainly pretty good things about this series, and I was reluctant to read it while it was being really hyped, but the hype has died down a little bit now. We've been talking about it in our Space Irons group chat. I was really excited when she lent it to me, so it would be really good to pick this one up. So that will do for my borrowed book. That's exciting. There we go. Okay, so that's book number 1. 4 more picks. Shuffle the cards. Oops, I dropped one. Okay, so the next one is the study. Study is international book. Ooh. Okay, so for this, I think I'm going to try and read Secret Sun by Layla Lalami. She is a Moroccan author and this is set in Morocco, and it's one I bought over the summer. It was mentioned on the Strong Sense of Place podcast. I've literally just, you hopefully will have seen this week, I finally managed to upload my summer haul where I talked about this book, and it reminded me that I hadn't got around to reading it yet. Yeah, I think that will work. It's contemporary. It's about a young man who's been brought up by his mother, never knew his father, and then suddenly his father comes back into his life and he's quite a wealthy businessman, and it completely changes this young man's life. So I've heard some good things about this book and about Layla Lalami as an author, so I'm quite keen to pick that one up, and hopefully it's also not very long, which might be a theme today unless I get the card for long book. Okay, so the next card is the Lounge. We're getting some cards that I haven't drawn before. I can't remember what this one is either. Ooh, that's really helpful. Lounge is a mood read. That means I don't have to pick a book for it today, and basically any book that I read in the month that doesn't fit into one of the categories I'm drawing for, I can use this card to cover it, which is really helpful because I've got a couple of buddy reads planned as well, so I will probably use this to cover one of those if they don't come up in the other cards, so that is really helpful. Thank you. The cards are being kind to me so far today. I say that, I've just realised that means I've got 3 room cards, which means I will have to draw an extra one. So maybe they're not being so kind to me. Great. Anyway, that does take the pressure off a little bit, that can cover any book that I fancy reading at the time. Okay, so that's 3 rune cards, so I've got to add an extra pick because I've got 3 cards of the same type. Okay, next we have the Spanner. Spanner is science fiction. Okay, after a bit of dithering, I've decided that I'm gonna read this for my science fiction pick. So this is Half-Life by Lillian Clark. This is about cloning. This one has slightly won over the other one I was considering because it is a little bit shorter and I'm trying to be kind to myself this month. We'll go for that. So far I've not managed to fit any of the books that I have got to read because of buddy reads and stuff into these challenges, but never mind. So Half-Life, I'm not sure if I said, it's about a young woman who volunteers to be cloned for a trial of this new cloning technology because she thinks it will help her solve her issues with not having enough time to do all the stuff she wants, and then it kind of develops from there. So I need to draw 2 more cards. Okay, I like to make my life hard for myself. Okay, next we have Candlestick. Candlestick is historical fiction. Okay, so for my historical fiction pick, it's been long overdue that I need to get around to finishing this series. So this is the 10th book in the Poldark series. It's called The Loving Cup. The Poldark series, it's a family saga following the Poldark family across several generations. So the second half of the series is the younger generation of the family. Yeah, I've been meaning to read this for a really long time and not getting around to it. So this is slightly longer, but they're quite easy reads, so hopefully that will be alright. So I've got 1 more card to pick because I had my forfeit card from last month. I've drawn 4 for my normal month, but I picked 3 rune cards, so I need to draw 1 more card, which hopefully is not going to be a weapon card, because then I would have 3 of them and I'd have to draw again. Okay, so my final card is the Dining Room. Okay, so this is a book that revolves around food, or has a theme to do with food. I think I'm going to use this one, The Pear Field. It's got pear in the title, so that will count. This is the latest book I've received from my Perrine Press subscription. It is set in Georgia, written by a Georgian author, so it'll also count towards Read Around the World. It's pretty short, it's about 160 pages, and it's about a young woman who has been sent to a school for people with learning disabilities. So it could be quite heartbreaking in some ways. It's like these young people are abandoned, but this young woman, Layla, is determined to make the best she can out of her experience. So we'll go for that. Right, so I've got 5 books that I've picked, plus my lounge card, which gives me a mood read, which is going to be really helpful because I've got a couple of buddy reads. Our Space Sirens pick for this month is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. My copy hasn't arrived yet. Hopefully that will come in the next couple of days and I'll be able to read that one too. I'm also buddy reading Raybearer this month by Jordan Ifuko with a couple of the other Space Sirens. This was our runner-up pick, but we really wanted to read it still anyway, so this might be the one that I'll use for my lounge card, or Black Sun, either way. I was thinking about putting this in the drawer if I had anything to relate to it, but I'm kind of glad it didn't because we might not get into this until December, so there's that one too. So I haven't picked anything non-fiction, but I do have a couple of non-fiction on the go anyway already, including Agatha Christie's autobiography, which was one of the books I didn't manage to finish last month, like in September, so this will cover me for non-fiction. And then these 2 books that I didn't manage to get to last month are also on my radar that I want to try and fit them in this month. But I mean, this is still a fairly hefty stack, so I've got these 5 books plus 1 book that will be classed as my mood read, will be the ones that will determine whether I succeed this month or not. But they are, apart from The Loving Cup is nearly 500 pages, but the others are all, I think, less than 300 pages. Oh, Scythe is quite chunky too, actually. But I've heard that that's quite a quick read. So yeah, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and finish Map of Salt and Stars in the next couple of days, and then I've got these 5 plus my mood read, which will be determine whether I achieve this month or not. But I'm quite happy with that, actually. None of them are too long and they're all ones that I'm quite excited to read, so that's fine. Okay, so all that's left to do is to draw my mystery card to be my forfeit for next month if I don't get through all those books. So I've got the envelope, I'm going to close my eyes. This is the card that's going in the envelope, and I'm going to put it in the envelope now. Oh goodness, I'm going to put it in the envelope now. Oh, it's in the envelope, so hopefully I will not spoil myself when I'm editing or captioning this video later. Okay, right. So that's it. That's my picks. That's my TBR for November. So let me know if you read any of those books and what you thought of them. Let me know how you're picking your TBR this month. I know there's a lot of readathons happening as well, which some of them sounded really cool, but I just have too much on to take on readathons at the moment. So let me know if you're taking part in any readathons and what they are as well. Have a chat to me down in the comments. You can also like this video if you liked it, and you can subscribe if you haven't already if you'd like to hear more from me and see what I'm up to. I've got some fun stuff planned. I've got a few videos filmed at the moment that I haven't edited yet, so hopefully I'll get them up for you soon. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and you can also click the notification bell if you'd like to be told every time I upload something. You can also follow me on my social media. All that information will be in the description box below for you. I'm on Twitter, Instagram and Goodreads, so come and connect with me on there if you would like. But that's it for today, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!